Hello, in the next episode. In today's video I'm going to solder HWFLY chip to the Nintendo Switch Lite. So let's do it! Today's video is sponsored by PCBWay. It doesn't matter if you just started the journey with electronics or you are an experienced designer, but if you'd like to create some project, PCBWay will get you covered. So you can design your own PCB board in just few clicks. You can even upload your project and you will get a manual review by a professional team. Also, PCBWay can assemble PCB for you, and they source the components if needed. They offer CNC machining parts online, $25 sale to custom metal and plastic parts, on-demand production and rapid prototyping in as fast as 1 day. Online sheet material fabrication service, sheet metal part customization service is offered from prototype to high volume production. They can produce more than 1000 sheet metal parts in 10 days with their low volume production facilities. PCBWay offers also online 3D printing service. 3D printing can manufacture parts within hours, which speeds up the prototyping process when compared to machining prototypes. 3D printing is inexpensive. And they also offer online injection, rapid molds, production tooling, custom molded prototypes and production parts with fast lead times. They offer many available injection molding material, also customizable. Why PCBWay? The answer is simple. You will get the best value, manufacturer direct pricing, fast turnaround times as fast as 24 hours, minimum quantities requirements, on-time shipping, delivery rate of 99%. PCBWay.com. You can find the link in the video description. And now let's get back to our Switch. This is our Switch. First thing what I need to do, I just need to check the system version. And the system version is 16.0.1. So we need to update this console to the latest edition. And I'm going to connect to my internet connection. Alright, and now I've got already prepared the SD card. Now I'm going to insert this card to the console. I've noticed that, this SD card, it looks like it's a little bit damaged. It wasn't me, but it's working. Yeah, you see? I think someone was using SD card before, because normally when you insert the SD card in, the system, asks you to update the firmware to the latest. In this case, we go to the data management, and as you can see, it's detecting our SD card. So now I need to go to the system, and the system update is ready. So I'm going to update to the latest. Let's check this. And yes, we've got 16.0.2. So this is the latest edition. So I just need to turn this off and disassemble the console. Just need to remove the SD card. I'm going to check the game card slot, if there's any game, because sometimes the customers, they left the games inside. We need to put them back, and we need to get access to this area. First, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to disconnect, this ribbon tape and the battery, and it's done. So we can touch anything here right now. I just need to hit this fan up to remove this foam without, damaging. You just remove this foam without damaging this. This is very important, yeah. Next step is to remove the game card reader. Alright, game card reader is removed. So now we've got full access to the area we need. We just need to get rid of this guy. This is now needed. And okay, this is my chip. And I've also got some ribbon tapes, flexi tapes, now it's called. But I'm going to use only one of them. I'm going just to use this one. I don't need the rest of the tapes. Okay, so just one thing left, the speakers. Make it easier, we need to just make some screws loose. Alright, and now we've got access to these places. So let's go under the microscope. Alright, so I'm going to apply some flux on the point C. Alright, so as you can see, this is point C. Now I'm going to apply some flux to the point A. Point A is here. And point D here. Alright, so we've got point C, point 8, point D, and we need point B. Point B this is point B. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to solder the jumper wires straight to these points. instead of using that flexi tape which is in the set, because you know I've got experience that the most of the problems are caused by this tape. And let's solder the jumper wire to the point C. Let's apply some more flux. Just need to be careful, do not burn this connector. I'm very close to burn this. Gonna be better with the bigger tip, I think. Okay, so let's check now. This tip is, I think, too big. Looks okay. Just need to make sure that this point is not connected to the next, and it's not. So, alright. So now point A and point D. I'm going to start from this point. It's perfect. Okay, it's soldered. So now we need to clean this mess. One more point, point B, which is here. It'll be easier like this. Need to apply some more flux. Alright, and I just need to check this point next to it. I don't want to make a bridge between any points. This point and this one. So basically all those 4 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, are the same. So we can solder this jumper wire here, here, or here, no matter. Alright, so now I'm going to measure all those 4 points, what I soldered. So multimeter in the diode mode, black probe on the ground, and let's measure point C. And this value is correct. It should be between 0.45 and 0.85, something like this, but this is correct. The same for the others. This is exactly the same. Yes, it's correct. The point B is quite high, but it's okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going just to secure all points with the solder mask. Alright, so the UV light and hot air, 140 degrees, and that's it. So next step is to place the chip. I'm going to place the chip here. What I need to do, I just need to solder this chip to this capacitor, because we've got on the left here is 3.3 volts, here we've got the ground, and we need this to run the chip. It should be something like this. Alright, I need to go back to the microscope. Right, just need to clean area, and just to measure black probe the ground, and let's measure 3.3 volts, and this is correct value, 0.8, it's alright. This is the ground. So now we need to fit back the speaker. Broke the connection. It's not soldered properly. Before I solder this properly, just put the one screw here just to make it easier. Alright, and now it's tighter. Let's apply some flux. Okay, so let's measure this once again. Black probe on the ground here. And it's no good, because probably I've damaged this capacitor. Yeah, it's my fault. Just need to replace this cap. Alright, we have no short anymore. First, I'm going to put that speaker back. So let's clean this. Let's put black probe on the ground. Let's check one more time. Reading is good. We got 3.3 rail. This is the ground. Alright. Alright, so let's solder now point C. Alright, so point C is soldered. Now point A. That's fine. Point D. And now point B. And let's clean this. Alright, so now I'm going to measure this one more time when it's soldered now. So black probe on the ground, and let's see. Good. Good. Very good. That's fine, yeah. Everything is correct. So one more step, the last step, is to solder the flexi tape straight to the APU. But we need to remove this shield first. Alright, so we need to cut off a little bit from the shield. So first I'm going to clean this thermal paste. Just need to cut off. This is for the flexi tape. Alright, so the metal shield is prepared. So now we need to solder flexi tape to the APU. I know it's not APU. APU comes from AMD family. If there is a processor, CPU and GPU in one case, but from AMD, that means APU. But for NVIDIA, it's a SoC IC. But you know, I always call it, APU, because for me it's no difference. I know it's a difference between the brands. One is AMD, another one is from NVIDIA. But forgive me, Where is our tape? It's here. What I always do before I solder this to the APU, just need to solder the points first to make it easier. The same from the other side. Alright, let's go under the microscope. Alright, looks alright. Alright, so let's clean it. Set up the multimeter to the beep mode, on modes, the black probe on the ground, and let's measure this. And this is correct, should be 0. Alright, so this connection is good. So we can apply some HWFLY paste. And we can put back the shield. Let me clean this. Alright, so the job is done. Let me just check once again the last time. All values here. This is correct. Correct. Good. Perfect. Alright, well, let's test it. Alright, so now let's connect the battery. So let's press the power button. And we've got green light. The green light, that means everything is fine. This is very old chip, you know, and it's got old SX OS on it. To start it, we need, you know, the SD card with the boot.dat file. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to reprogram this chip. Alright, so I've already updated the firmware on the chip. So now we don't need the boot.dat file. We just need to payload bin. Alright, and let's press power button. The chip is now in a training mode, and we've got different firmware on the chip. Okay, so this is the 0.72 firmware. I think this is the latest one. Alright, so now I'm going to try the SD card. So now the console is off. I'm going to put the SD card in. Okay, the SD card is in. Let's power this on. And we are in the Hecate. I'm not going to do this now. I will do this later. Let's launch the custom firmware. Let's go to the system. Alright, so version of this firmware is 16.0.2 and atmosphere is 1.5.2. So what I need to do more, I just need to make a backup and my job is done. And I'm sending this switch to my customer and that's it. Okay, so as you could see, I've just soldered the chip to the Nintendo Switch Lite in order to make a backup only, and I've done it. The job is done properly, and that's it. Alright, thank you for watching, please like and subscribe, and see you next time.